Here he comes, baby.
1 to go. Next flag ends the race. And here it is, front straightaway. Greg Biffle crashes with the white flag out. Now here come the leaders. Biffle sitting in the middle of the racetrack. The yellow has not yet flown.
Even if it does, right now the 2 is out front, and he is driving away from Kurt Busch in the 41 and Kevin Harvick in the 4.
And Biffle is driving away.
Let him race.
Finish this under green.
Let him race. Here they come.
Boy, Kurt Busch made a run. It's not going to work there.
He got right to the back bumper of Keselowski.
No, correct. Easy.
Bad Brad wins in California.
Welcome, everybody. This is a kind of a new addition to NASCAR Talks. This is McKinley Man 93 kind of hosting it while we have Seth Cole behind the camera who can't say anything right now. So I am here with Kyle Mathews, Dougie Shears, and Tim.
What's up?
Hey.
We're here to do the NASCAR Talks post California reaction, and to be honest with you guys, I'm actually I'm not actually all that surprised or like mad or anything like that. I'm just glad that it wasn't Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, same.
I would have much rather see Harvick than Keselowski, but that's just me.
Eh.
I'd rather see Kurt Busch win, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was pulling for there at the end.
Honestly.
Yeah, I mean.
Honestly. But those debris cautions. debris, and it's like.
Yeah, you should have heard me screaming at my TV when that debris caution came out with, like, was it 15 to go or something like that, the first one?
Yeah, with Kenseth in the lead and break his axle.
I guarantee you, though, Kenseth was not happy at NASCAR for that caution, because if it wasn't for that caution, then Kenseth probably would never have broken that axle.
Oh, yeah. He was gone.
I was interested to see how the fuel mileage was going to hold up. I was disappointed to see that caution.
If you were Matt Kenseth, what would you have said on the radio to NASCAR after breaking that axle under caution?
See what you made me do?
If it was me, I would have been like, thank you, NASCAR. Thank you for ruining my race with the bullshit debris caution. That's what I would have said, too. The bullshit debris caution when everybody clearly knows that there was no debris on the track. So thank you for ruining my race. You owe me a rear axle now.
I'm just glad overall the race was really good. Better than expected. There was some three wide for quite a while.
I've seen like 5 wide before Kyle Larson's bumper came off. I was like, holy shit.
It's kind of funny. Not too long ago, everybody would refer to California Speedway as a bore fest, but now it seems like everybody looks forward to it every year.
Now everyone assumes Michigan's a bore fest anyways.
Yeah.
Every year. But no, like, I find it weird, the inconsistencies of the cautions with, right there at the end.
I agree with that, though. I mean, the inconsistency of the cautions, you know, a lot of people were saying that, like, so they throw a caution at the end of the Daytona 500, but here when Greg Biffle wrecked and was sitting on the start-finish line, not moving, while the cars were already on the backstretch, and before they said, he moved away. Well, honestly, I guess what NASCAR did, NASCAR heard the fans pretty much. They understood the fans' frustrations when they threw a caution like that at Daytona, so they tried to wait as long as possible before making a decision. But at that time, Greg Biffle had restarted his car and drove off.
I don't understand it, though. In the Daytona 500, the leaders were in 3 and 4 before they finally threw the caution. Biffle clearly spun out as they were coming to the white, and they decided to let him race it back all the way before they got to turn 1.
Well, at least it was better than what they did at Dover. Do you guys remember Dover a couple years ago in the Nationwide Series when that wreck that happened way before the start-finish line, when NASCAR threw the caution, they're like, oh no, the race is over with. But when clearly Edwards was not at the line before the caution was flown.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Oh yeah. When Boyer almost went through Logano's.
Boyer and Logano wrecked. Was that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was Boyer who almost flipped over, and NASCAR threw the caution, and it should have been green white checkered, but they were like, oh no, it's over.
Well, with that, it was the whole front stretch was just covered in debris. It would take an hour just to like get all the debris and stuff off the track.
Yeah, but then like today, you know, all the only thing that was left on here was Greg Biffle's car. That was practically it. And then it was, you know, Greg Biffle. It was practically it. And then when he got his car fired and kept going, now they were like, okay, we don't need to throw a caution.
But then the fans would have been like, now I can already hear it. The fans are going to be like, why didn't you throw the caution? Blah, 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 blah. Well, you basically ridiculed us for throwing the caution at Daytona. Why would we throw one here?
Yeah.
But that was a good battle to the end, though.
It was, yeah.
I thought it was going to be close between Harvick and Busch.
Yeah, it really was. They were neck and neck the whole way, basically.
I truly believe though that was Kurt Busch's race. It was all his race. Harvick had a good car, but
at least he didn't end up like Denny Hamlin a couple of years ago in bracket on the final lap.
Yeah, that's true.
He tried to get back to Keselowski in turn 4. I was like, oh my God, go Kurt, go Kurt.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat that entire finish.
Now about the what were you saying?
I was about to say, how about Gordon, Storton, Biffle staying out? Didn't really help Biffle, but Storton, Gordon.
I think that right when they got the caution right there, that hurt Gordon because it looked like he was keeping up with the leaders even after staying out, but once they got that caution immediately, it kind of just ruined his day.
Yeah.
If he would have done good on the restart, a lot of things could have probably changed.
Oh yeah.
Now, about the topic of the penalties, what do you guys think about that? The being uncontrolled.
Tires.
Yeah.
I think that's the dumbest penalty out there. I mean, what's the big deal?
Now, the first call, I mean, you could be a little bit more less aggressive on the penalty on that. But the second penalty I could see because it was out of the pit box. And that's been a rule ever since I can remember, if I'm right.
Yeah, that's been a rule since like the beginning of time.
Yeah.
I've seen a replay of Logano, but that was close to call. Yeah. And then Hamlin's wasn't even close.
I'd say don't penalize him unless the tire rolls out of the box. Every single time they got it back to the pit stall with no problems.
It still technically rolled out of the box though. The one with Denny Hamlin, it rolled out, but it didn't roll all the way out. It just rolled out enough to be a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ruined Hamlin's day.
Oh, 86 minutes, and it's ranging to upload this. Oh well, I have the time.
You have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
But trying to remember. It's been a long day.
We've come to a standstill.
Yeah.
I mean, how about Kurt Busch getting 2 top 5s in his basically first 2 races of the season?
Yeah, he's shown that he's strong.
He's going to be a title contender this year.
Definitely.
Stewart Haas has their act together this year, at least with the 4 and 41.
If they can help each other out, Kurt and
Harvick.
Yeah, Harvick's team. I think they're going to be the 2 to beat. almost every week if they work together.
I think they need to help Tony Stewart out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big definite.
Tony
And
they're helping
Danica,
each other out, and they're like, oh, and Tony Stewart's like, hey guys, I own your cars. Can I have a little help here?
yeah, they
Yeah.
need to help. They need to help out the 14. Don't worry about the 10 because that's a lost cause anyway. So you're not going to be able to help that out.
Well, she did finish what 15th, something like that today, and she did pretty good today.
Yeah,
But
today.
yeah, today. Any other Sunday should be spun out
Tracks, I think Danica.
30th.
The only tracks I think Danica will ever be good at are the super speedways, Michigan, and I think and maybe Auto Club, I think, are the only tracks I think Danica's even remotely good at.
So the bigger
Right.
and wider, the better, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did well today.
The less time she has to be on the brakes, the better she'll be, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, she did pretty well at Kansas last year, at least in the first race in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
Ever since she led those laps at Daytona, everyone thinks she's like the shit now. And that
How
was
about
2 years ago.
how about Justin Allgaier getting 12th today's race?
And they still didn't.
Oh, wow.
And they still didn't interview him. At least I didn't see it.
Yeah, that stinks.
What? I didn't even get to
No.
see a replay. What even happened to Biffle on that last lap? What?
Did
They
he
never
just-
showed the replay.
did-
Oh, they never did. Oh, wow.
He probably just got loose or something and drove up into another car.
And then spun out and sat there for like at least 20 seconds.
I guess we can have a little bit of a preview too. Next week they're going to Martinsville, so they're going from this wide open track, well, not wide open, but wide racing 4-6 wide track to 2 wide freaking Martinsville.
That's why I love Auto Club. It's so wide you can pretty much do anything. That's why I love it so much.
Wide in that one restart, that Kyle Larson lost his rear bumper.
Yeah.
Well, he got hit by Biffle on that restart. That's what sent him up into the wall.
Well, Junior was pissed at Biffle. He's like, get the fuck out of my way on that restart too.
He was getting up there. He just didn't have the time or the tires really.
I saw a video on Facebook of, I guess, Tony Stewart and Martin Truex had a little bit of a discussion after the race. Like, what happened there?
I didn't see anything like that.
They were close together. I do remember that. They were together.
I was hoping that like Kurt Busch would have dove in there and like knocked Keselowski loose or something.
I think he was
hoping
trying
they used
to.
the front bumper. I was hoping for a little bit of Martinsville preview with Keselowski and Busch.
Oh, yeah, because they got into it last year at Martinsville, and that's what...
Yeah, I was hoping.
I don't know what was up in the out of turn 2 there with Kurt and Brad though. It seemed like the wind was pushing against Kurt there, and he just backed off a lot from Brad there, or else he would have got to him, or at least bumped him into the turn.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought he drove it in deep into the final turn and just kind of drove up into the wall. That's how he lost some momentum and how he lost second place to Harvick.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can't really give anything away from Harvick, you know.
Yeah, he drove his ass off today. I just hate seeing.
Oh yeah.
I hate seeing somebody dominate. That's the only thing. Like I can understand him winning, but just I hate when someone dominates a race.
Right.
That depends on who's the one dominating for me.
I think Matt will do good.
Everybody can say
it's-
everybody can be hypocritical. Like I can say it wouldn't bother me if Junior dominated a race, but you know.
Yeah, if Gordon dominated a race and won, I wouldn't have a problem with it. So.
Yeah, it kind of goes both ways, you know.
I think Matt might actually do pretty well at Martinsville
I
next
was
week.
screaming at my TV. On that final restart, I was telling Kurt, I said, Kurt, get the restart of your life like Jeff Gordon did at Indianapolis.
Oh my god.
And he did.
He did.
Yeah.
But I think what happened with Kurt, I think his father said we got a car spinning on the front stretch.
He probably thought it was going to be a caution.
Yeah, I think that's why Keselowski got by him.
Well, then again, Keselowski had 4 fresh tires and Kurt was only on 2, and we've seen what a difference tires can make it.
Oh yeah. But previewing Martinsville, that should be fun next week.
Yeah, Dale's going to be a contender next week for sure.
Junior's going to be a contender.
Kevin will be. Boyer
Gordon
could possibly be. It's going to be nuts next week. Yeah.
So is Jimmy Johnson.
and Denny Hamlin.
Shoot, but put Joey Logano in there.
Don't count out Jamie McMurray either. He's pretty good at Martinsville. Seriously.
No, can we talk about the underminer Martin Truex Jr.? He's been doing pretty swell this season.
Yeah, Martin Truex has been really good. He's gonna get a win sooner or later.
Yeah.
Compared to last year was just dismal. For a team that made the chase the year before, they had no luck last year, but this year the luck's just changing in favor for them.
Going into this race, AJ Allmendinger, they said he was 5th in points. I don't know where he finished or where he fell back to, but he's running pretty good this season too.
He dropped a cylinder, I know that.
He fell back to 11th in the standings, 137 points.
Oh, yeah. I think AJ will do good at Sonoma and Watkins Glen.
Casey Mears in 12th in the standings too. He's been doing all right.
That's amazing for a single car team like that. But don't they have like an alliance with Childress?
Yeah, both of them do.
Who?
The 78 and the 13.
Oh yeah, no, I thought, was it Childress or was it Hendrick?
Childress for both.
Stuart Haas has some Hendrick affiliated engines.
And so does Turner Scott.
Ganassi as well.
I didn't know Ganassi had.
I thought Ganassi made their own engines.
No, they were with Earnhardt Childress Racing for last couple of seasons, and I think they switched to Hendrick Motors last season.
Oh yeah.
After the Earnhardt part of that fell.
No. They try to milk that for all it's worth.
I think Junior should buy his own team, his dad's team back. He probably has enough money to do it. If they're bankrupt, he can just buy it back.
Well, he has his own team, so I wouldn't really see the point.
Chip Ganassi basically owns what was left of DEI.
I still think he should though. Imagine it though, Joe Junior being just like his father, owning the team, driving for a different team. Yet the team he's driving for will help out with the engines and stuff like that.
I could see him bringing Junior Motorsports out to Cup eventually.
I hope that's honestly.
So when's Junior's truck team supposed to go?
But
I thought it was sometime this season.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Actually, yeah, I think they're supposed to debut at Martinsville with Cole Custer driving the 00.
Nice. Cole Custer's a good kid, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a good driver.
It reminds me of a young Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr. A younger version of those two.
Yeah.
And he won last year. I think it was at New Hampshire.
Yeah, he won at New Hampshire last year. Another track where tires were key.
Mm-hmm.
That was some good racing. What tracks this season are you guys most likely think will be the most exciting ones?
Are we counting Daytona and Talladega, or
just any track that's left on the schedule after the first couple races?
Well, Talladega's always
Bristol,
Martinsville, Bristol, yeah.
Kansas isn't bad. Texas.
Kansas is half decent. Darlington's going to be a good one.
Looking forward to Bristol and Richmond. Those are pretty good races almost every year.
The spring race at Richmond is the fall race at Richmond. At least last fall wasn't good at all, I didn't think.
The only thing good about last year's race at Richmond was the guy climbing the fence.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
That there was no controversy like the 2013 race.
Oh my God. I like
No,
what Junior said after that race. He just spun out in front of me. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. I was like, wow. Okay.
no. Do you guys think David Reagan should be doing better and what equipment he's got now, or do you think he's doing the best that he could be?
He's doing the best he can be right now. We got to remember these cars were built for Kyle Busch. They're fitted for Kyle Busch. You know, him being a substitute driver, kind of to be expected to struggle a little bit, but he's doing pretty decent, I think.
My view on it is pretty much he's been in front row equipment for a decent amount of time. I mean, you got to really get used to like having good equipment, because if you run with a bad car, you aren't really going to get used to running a good car till a few weeks, maybe.
I think he'll do good at Martinsville.
Yeah. Well, I guess at that saying about that, we're gonna have to end this episode because one, I have to go, and two, I'm the host of the call, and so just save you guys' thoughts about Martinsville to the next time we do NASCAR Talk. We'll all collaborate with Seth, and he'll get it all set up whenever he can. So this is Michael Norman with Kyle Mathews, Dougie Shears, and Tim Smith saying we'll see you guys at the next episode of NASCAR Talks.
See ya.
Later.